I think I might owe you an apology because I just made a new shell challenge and this one is really, really bad. Before I show you this, I just want to say I am sorry, okay? But this is the new shell. As you can see, it's got a hole in the floor. It's not like that bad of a hole, but there is a hole. And there's also a little box in the middle of the building. This thing made me want to cry yesterday when I was trying to do my floor plan, and I'm the one who put it there. So really, I am sincerely very sorry about this shell. If the shell challenge concept is new to you, basically the idea is that I build a box, oftentimes a pretty scary box, and I put it up on the gallery for you to download, and then you download that box and turn it into something. You could make a spa, you could make a house, a museum, you could make a restaurant, literally anything. The only rule is that all of the existing walls must remain in the same place. That's why it's called a shell challenge, because the shell of the building is supposed to be the same across all of our builds. I feel like on first glance, this one might not look so bad because the second floor is kind of a decent shape. The first floor is kind of weird. We were joking about how this looks like a frog and then it has that like random box, but this one also has a basement, like a regular basement, and also this area that is a hole. So that kind of complicates things. If you want to try this for yourself, it's called the lilsimsie shell on my gallery, and you can find it with hashtag lilsimsie shell. You literally just download this, turn it into something, and then upload it again with that same hashtag so that we can find your builds. There is already a lot of really cool ones on the gallery. I would show you if the gallery would load them, but there's some pretty cool ones here. I'll explain the rules and answer some common questions a little bit more in a second, but first I want to show you what I built. I really tried to push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit with this, and I tried to turn mine into a spa. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you've probably noticed that I don't really build a lot of modern builds or a lot of community lots. Honestly, I think I last built a spa when the spa day refresh happened, like probably over a year ago. This just isn't something that I tackle very often. I guess number one, because I don't really love the look of modern builds. I don't think I'm very good at building them. They're kind of hard for me. And also with things like spas, I've never been to a spa in real life. Also, most of the time in real life, spas do not look like this. I have certainly never seen like a standalone fancy modern building sort of spa. I've seen like spas that are inside of hotels, but never anything like this. So this is really difficult for me to do. And then to make matters worse, I did it as a shell challenge, which makes it like 10 times harder because I can't adjust the walls at all. I have to keep it all the way they are. I did have a kind of good reason for making it into a spa though, and honestly, I'm pretty grateful for it because it was pretty fun. Basically, our friends over at Logitech reached out to me and they were like, hey Kayla, we have this really cool idea. We want to do a shell challenge and we want your help. And they basically wanted to do a shell challenge in The Sims to celebrate a really cool deal they have right now. Logitech has a new Aurora collection with like the cutest headphones, the cutest keyboard. I've been using these for a while now. You've probably seen me on stream with them. And there's a promotion on Amazon right now where if you buy the G715 keyboard or the G735 headset, you'll get the Sims 4 Spa Day for free. Like it comes with a code for Spa Day. I'll have the link to where you can buy them in my description box down below. But they're like really targeting Simmers with this one and I am so excited about it. So naturally with like Spa Day being given out alongside the headset and keyboard, I figured I might as well build a spa, right? And like I said, it's kind of fun because I don't really build spas that often. It's not a thing that I do all the time. So it was kind of a cool chance to try something new. I will say that I really struggled with this. You can see a few things that I was doing to try and make it a little bit easier for myself. So hopefully these might be a few tips. Like for example, I turned that hole that I left in the floor into a pool. You could totally do that in your shell as well if you wanted to. As long as there's like still something there in that hole, you could probably turn it into a fountain. You could maybe put like platforms there. Some people in my Twitch chat wanted to put roofs over it to hide it. I mean, you can do a lot of things like that. Basically, there still has to be a hole there, just like, you know, try and put something in it to make it work. And then because you can't put fountains next to a pool, they can't like line up to each other, I put a fountain like kind of tracing the outside of the pool, and I put like a platform in between them to try and turn the whole thing into like a sort of fancy water feature. It's definitely a little bit weird. I feel like it looks really weird right now, but once I start adding in some like flooring and some more decor, I feel like it does look kind of cool. I wanted the pool to still be a pool because your Sims can actually swim in it, and because this is a spa, I guess there's kind of a reason to have a pool. You could like swim laps in it or something. And then I wanted to have some fountains as like a decorative thing, so I think it's kind of cool to combine them a little bit. Another honestly really good tip for this is that platform that I put in the front. This is kind of sneaky because you can't add walls. The whole thing is that you can't add like exterior walls and like change the shape, but platforms and half walls are completely fine. So I used a lot of platforms on this. I actually put 2 platforms in the front. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a platform there in the front on the middle level that's like as tall as I can make it. And then on the top floor on the roof, I did another small platform and I kind of like tried to stack them. The thing is, you can't like actually stack platforms. That's not how it works. You can't make a platform that's taller than the wall height. So it looks stacked, but there's like a little bit of a hole in the middle of them. And I feel like it looks really cool. It's like really modern and sculptural to have that hole there in the middle. I have never done anything like that in a Sims build before. It was a very different touch for me. I even put some lights there in the middle in that hole to like make it an accent. And I really think it looks super cool. I actually left it the default concrete color too, which I felt kind of weird doing. Whenever I use the default concrete, I always feel like it looks unfinished. That's why I just can't bring myself to use the default roof color. You know when you place a roof and it has that like bluish gray roof color on it? I never use that because when I do that, it always looks like I just didn't do the roof. It like looks unfinished to me in the same way that like that concrete wall looks unfinished to me. But I actually kept the like default concrete texture on the platform because it looked like a kind of cool concrete accent almost. The main colors of this building are very much like white, gray, and then like a sort of medium toned wood. I tried to use mostly white with a lot of like wooden accents and then some gray in there to like split it up a little bit more. Don't worry, this one is not blue, although at one point I did try and paint it blue. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just make everything blue. You give me a blue swatch, I'm gonna use it. I don't know why. I always make my builds blue all the time, but there's no blue in this, okay? There's no blue. It's gray and brown. It's different. Oh my gosh. Speaking of white and gray and brown, I literally just got done doing a baking stream. Like I'm recording this like 10 minutes after I got off stream. So if you catch a glimpse of like flour on my shirt, you'll have to excuse me. I don't think that I'm covered in flour, but I was definitely like leaning over the counter while I was rolling out my pie crust and stuff, and I did get some on the bottom. I don't think you can see it from this angle though. I streamed myself making a pumpkin pie this morning. I do a lot of kind of fun things on Twitch. Mostly I play The Sims on my Twitch channel. I don't always, you know, bake pumpkin pies, but sometimes I do. On days like today, I do. I can link my Twitch channel down below if you want to go follow me. For example, we built this building live on Twitch first, and actually we're going to do a shell challenge tour stream in a couple weeks as well. Oh my goodness, the cat has just appeared. I didn't even hear her come in. I don't even have an excuse for that because I'm not wearing my headphones. Hi Snap, thank you. It's so good to see you. But with these shell challenges, the fun part is seeing your builds. Obviously it's kind of fun to see what I come up with, but for me, the real fun part is seeing what everybody else does because all of you are so creative. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Just got like a tail in the face. So like I said, if you upload your shell to hashtag Aurora Simsie shell on the gallery, I'll be able to find it. Aurora because that's the name of the Logitech collection, Simsie because that's my name, and then shell because that's, you know, the shell's name. Aurora Simsie shell. I ended up calling this the Aurora Spa as well, which honestly is a really beautiful name. It's kind of pretty. I kind of had a vision for like the sort of clients that would visit this spa. I first started building it in Windenburg on like the lot where the cafe used to be. I felt like this sort of modern building with like some wood accents almost fit really well there. Honestly, because that cafe used to be like kind of a modern building with wooden accents, but the cafe was more like black and wood. Ours is white and wood. But when I was building it here, I really felt like the lot was just way too big. I don't know how I managed this, but I felt like I didn't really want to have a lot of yard space around me. It's only a 30 by 20 lot, but it really felt like it was just way too big. So I ended up switching it to another new lot. I actually first built this where the gym is in Windenburg. It was way too big. I put it here. It was still too big. And then I finally moved it to Del Sol Valley and I put it where the Ward Park used to be. Slight problem is that this lot had like way worse lighting than the other one did. The other one was like way brighter. It wasn't as like yellow toned almost. I'm telling you, I have so many issues with Del Sol Valley. It is my least favorite world in the entire game, but this lot is kind of cool. Where this park used to be, there's like a really nice little fountain. It's also completely surrounded by concrete, which I wanted. And I also think that a spa for celebrities just kind of makes sense. It's kind of fun to try and build like a really fancy spa where like the target client is Judith Ward. So that was kind of the idea that I was going for. It also kind of helps because it's really small in there. I don't think I realized like just how small the shell was. But then when I started trying to furnish it and trying to put the staircase, which by the way was a nightmare. I don't know whose idea it was to put that like silly little box in the middle of the room, but I don't like them. Lil Simsie, I don't like you for that. But I really had a hard time trying to do the staircase like around that weird little box in the middle of the building. There's just really not a lot of space. Like when I've built spas before, I've done a lot of like separate rooms. We have like private massage rooms, there's private saunas. Sometimes they'll have like a separate gym area. But in this one, I really didn't feel like I could split it up into any rooms. Oh my God, she just hit me in the eye with her tail. I didn't feel like I could split it up into any rooms at all. It's kind of just like all one open room basically that sort of wraps around the staircase, which was kind of hard to work with. And then of course I also had to get 2 staircases because I wanted to have one to the upstairs and one to the downstairs. And you might think that that's easy, I guess, because you can like stack the stairs, you know, you'll probably find space for them. But when you're doing these shell challenges, the staircase is always like one of the hardest parts. It's just completely different from like a normal Sims build, because normally you would be able to like, I don't know, oh no, the stairs don't fit, so let me scoot the walls over. You can sort of like make adjustments. But in a shell challenge, if the stairs don't fit, you can't scoot the walls. You're just stuck with it. And the basement especially is really tough. This one is a little bit bigger, so it's not so bad, but the last shell I did with the basement was a nightmare. The stairs made me want to quit. I really did not like them. This one was okay, but it took me a lot of trial and error to find like where the best place to put them was. Honestly, I don't know why I put that basement in there. Every time I do one of these, I'm like, wow, I regret my choices. Why did I do that? And this build was like no exception. Although in my defense, because I built this on stream, I was being egged on by chat. So I was like, let me put this box in the middle. They were like, yes, box in the middle. And then they were like, you should put a basement. And I was like, oh, I don't know about a basement. And then we did a poll and they overwhelmingly voted yes for a basement. And so the basement even happened to me against my will. And again, I just want to apologize to all of you that are going to attempt this shell, because I'm really sorry this is happening. I didn't mean for it to be this difficult, but it kind of is. I managed though. I kind of judge how hard my shell challenges are based on how many times I have to bulldoze and restart, because sometimes it takes me like 6 tries. With this one, I didn't have to bulldoze a single time. It was like a one take kind of build, which might not sound like an accomplishment, but trust me, for a shell challenge, it really is. Because usually with these shells, I'll like start building something and then be like, oh, it sucks. And then I'll like delete it, re-download the shell, and then like rotate it a different way and then try again. So that's what I did this time, but I did not have to do that this time. I guess I just didn't struggle as much with like the exterior shape. I sort of had a vision in mind for the exterior, and I struggled more with the interior this time around. Again, I think especially after I placed the stairs, I put those stairs in and then I was like, oh my God, where am I gonna put anything else? Like I need to have a bathroom, I need to have showers, and I need a locker room. I'm gonna need like a yoga studio. I'm gonna want like private massage rooms, and then I want a sauna, but I placed all this there and then I just didn't have any space for any of it anymore. So there's some kind of tight hallways and honestly not really a ton of privacy in this building. Downstairs in the basement, I managed to put one sauna room and also like a tiny little private massage room. I sort of went back and forth a lot on whether or not I wanted to put a bathtub down there. I know it might sound kind of weird to have like a public bathtub, but we have a lot of cool bathtubs, like the big corner ones, and Spa Day came with like all those really cool bath interactions. Like you could take mud baths, you can take like rose petal baths, stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that, but I ended up using that downstairs room instead of a bathroom, literally bathroom. I used it as like a private massage table, and then downstairs in the main space, like right by the front door, there's 2 like public massage tables. They're not as private, like they're in a private room, but it's fine. Sims can walk past you while you're getting a massage. Your face is down on the table, you wouldn't know. You can't see them, so whatever, right? They can see you, but that's okay. Upstairs, I also managed to fit a lot less than I expected I would. I always come into these things like way too overconfident, and if it wasn't a shell challenge, I probably would have ended up like expanding the building, but because it's a shell, I had to work with what I had, and so I couldn't. But upstairs, there's a really small yoga class set up. It's literally like the teacher's mat and then just 2 other mats. In the past, I've built like kind of big yoga class setups with like 4, 5, 6 student mats, but this time I just put 2, and I actually kind of like that. It's almost like a couples yoga class, in the same way that downstairs there's like 2 massage tables. It could be like a couples massage thing. There's also 2 like the hand and foot and nail polish massage thingies upstairs, so that could be a couple things. This could be like majorly a couples sort of spa. I guess I have Sims come to spas as like a honeymoon kind of vibe sometimes, so this might be good for that. I'm just making excuses. It's just small. You get what I'm trying to say. It's not a very big building, so I did what I could, and most of the time what I could do was just fit like 2 of something instead of a lot of them. There's also a really small bathroom upstairs. I only had like a 4x2 kind of space to make into a bathroom, and so I tried to fit it, but keep in mind mind, I need to have like showers, lockers, and a toilet and a sink all in that space. And there's not really a lot of space to make into those things. I do think it looks okay. The showers from Spa Day are like public showers. They have a really frosted glass, so Sims can shower in there like when there's other Sims. So don't worry that they're not like in an enclosed room. It's totally fine. The showers still function. It's kind of like the ones from university. I did put the toilet in a tiny enclosed room, and then there's one sink. So it's fully functional. It does work. It's just not really spacious. And I think that could describe the entire building, to be honest. Fully functional, does work, kind of cute, but not very spacious. It's okay though. I did my best. I'm curious to see what you all turn it into, because it would be really fun to make this into a spa as well if you wanted to try. I imagine that a lot of you probably don't also build spas very often, so this might be a good opportunity to give it a shot. But also on that Logitech page, like the Amazon page where you can buy the headphones and keyboard. Oh, okay. Bye, Snap. Thank you. It was nice to have you here. On that page, they have a super cute render that has a picture of 3 Sims. They're not on the gallery or anything, they're just like a render, but it might be kind of fun to like make up a story for those 3 Sims and try and build them a house or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out some ideas. Listen, Logitech has very kindly sponsored us today. I'm just here to throw out some Logitech themed ideas, all right? And they do have some cute Sims in that picture. I'm just kind of going through and putting in like some last minute final touches here on the main building. I really had a hard time with the downstairs. I felt like the upstairs sort of came together a lot more easily than the downstairs did. It's mostly because there's so much staircase downstairs, and also one of the biggest areas I used is like a reception desk, which realistically you don't even need. Like your Sims won't use that at all. There is no receptionist, like it's just not a thing. But I wanted it there for like the story. I even put a gnome like sat at the computer to pretend that the gnome works there. I used the Grim Reaper gnome. The gnome owns the building, the Grim Reaper gnome. There's something a little bit like fishy about that, honestly, considering how you can die in Spa Day, like you can die in the sauna. The Grim Reaper gnome being the one working here, I don't know about that, but that's okay. You're probably gonna be fine. You'll make it out alive. It's very rare to die in the sauna in The Sims. You kind of have to try to kill your Sim in there. Am I allowed to talk about killing Sims in a sponsored video? I think it'll be fine, right? They know who they sponsored, right? Like, have you guys seen my graves in my legacy challenge on my Twitch channel? I have like 82. I'm not exaggerating. I have like a front yard lined with graves, 80 of them. Anyway, that is the shell challenge complete. The speed build is over now, so I want to pop back into the game and I want to show you the finished product and kind of give you a tour of what I built. To refresh your memory, this is how the shell started out. I rotated mine. I actually used this as the front of the building. We have like the door right here, and then this is kind of a space for some windows. When you make yours, you can rotate it any direction. You can add platforms, you can add fences and roofs and half walls. You can put windows, you can put interior walls. The only thing that you can't do is change the shape of the building. So for example, you wouldn't be allowed to add walls right here, but you could put a fence there. Maybe not that fence, but you could put like a fence there and make it into a balcony. I'm really not kidding when I say anything goes with this shell challenge except walls. You could do literally anything but add or remove walls. So like switching this into a fence can't be done. Adding a fence can be done. As long as the walls stay in the same place, you're good. But this was how the shell started out, and then I moved it into Del Sol Valley. I never thought I would say it, but here we are. I built it like right in the middle of that downtown area, again, where the park used to be, but now it's a fancy spa. The lighting is also like really terrible, but you get the picture, you can see it. This is how the outside looks, and I am so happy with how it turned out. I think the shapes are kind of cool, the colors are cool. I really love this part with the platforms. At nighttime, you can see that it kind of lights up in there, which is kind of interesting. I'm just really proud of this, okay? It's really out of my comfort zone, and I think it turned out pretty well. I also put some trees kind of on the side. Oh my god, are you serious? Sim put trash on my lawn. I can't get rid of it either. I worked so hard on this. Okay, so on the side we have some trash, and then in the back we have like this little patio space where the pool is. I mentioned how I like wrapped the pool with a bit of a fountain. I'll actually bring a Sim here so I can show you better, but I feel like the fountains look really nice. There's some in the front and some in the back, kind of in that area. On the inside, that is Stanley Humphrey, not in his hot dog suit, and I think he might have peed on the floor. I can't think of another reason there would be all of that water right there, but anyway, on the inside, we have this little front desk area. Someone made a salad too? Oh my god, I play tested this and it seems like the place has just become a complete mess while I was doing it. There's trash, there's salad, whatever. This is the Grim Reaper, he works here. Here's his little desk. There's also just like a little seating area kind of in the hall. These are those massage tables I was talking about that I sort of wished were in a more private area, but instead are in like the main walking space of the entire building. Your Sims walk through here down into the side. I've got another one of those little hand massage chairs, but I'm sort of imagining this is more more of like the nail station. So I put some nail stuff right there. You can get your nails done here, but you can also get like a foot massage or a manicure. You can do anything. There's some fish. And then I have a few more of these little lockers. I put them upstairs first, and then I realized that your Sims actually need those like right when they get here because they always go straight to them to change into the robe. So I put some downstairs as well. And then we have the stairs right here. In the basement, we've got just a little tiny hallway. There's like some robes, a few more lockers, the sauna right here, and then like a private massage room that maybe somebody else peed on. What? I did like cheat to change the time, which meant a lot of Sims like passed out because they were too tired or peed because they didn't use the bathroom. So that's my bad. I made it messy, but on the gallery it's not. It's fine. And then upstairs we've got some more lockers. I kind of put some little clutter like a yoga mat right there. We've got some more of the like hand massage chairs. This is actually a drink tray, so you can restock it with drinks you can grab. I tried to use this as like a cute divider to maybe have the yoga space be a little bit more private, and over here is that like private yoga studio. We also have the little face mask fridge, so you can get a face mask out. You can like buy one and then have your Sim use it in the spa. I did end up, oh no, I'm telling you it's a mess in here. I did end up putting one of the tubs so that you could take a mud bath, and it seems someone has taken a mud bath. So glad to see it's getting some good use. There's a little bathtub there, and then right here is a really small bathroom. It's like the 2 showers, a sink, and then 1 toilet, which may also have contributed to the amount of mess on the floor. The fact that there is just 1 toilet there. But I didn't think it would be a problem. It's not a very big build. Like, it's not my fault they didn't use the toilet. Anyway, friends, that is what I built out of my shell challenge. Like I mentioned, if you want to play too, you can upload your finished product to the gallery with the hashtag #AuroraSimsieShell. Oh, this isn't the finished product. This is the finished product. That was when I moved it from Get Together. See, the lighting is so much better in the other worlds. Ugh, okay. Well, you can also grab the empty shell off the gallery so that you can get started. I really love shell challenges. They're like my favorite thing to do with our community, and I really like that Logitech wanted to like get involved. I just think it's really cool when a brand like kind of knows their audience. Like, they have this promotion going on where if you buy the headset or the keyboard, you get the Sims 4 spa day for free. And then to promote that, they're like reaching out to Simmers and trying to do a shell challenge, and they like know what a shell challenge is and they want to get involved. I just think that's pretty cool. So thank you, Logitech, for sponsoring today's video. And like I said, we're also going to do shell challenge tours on stream in a couple of weeks. So on December 10th, I'm gonna be live and we're gonna like randomly tour your builds. I basically have a system where you can like enter your name and then I draw a random one and then tour your shell on stream. It's always really, really cool. I'm telling you, the best part of this is getting to see what all of you all do and all of the creativity involved. So you've got some time. Please make a shell so that we can look at yours. Also, small thing, Logitech has given us 25 giveaway codes for spa day to do during that stream. So I'll give those out randomly as well throughout that stream on December 10th. It should be kind of a fun time. So I'll have my Twitch channel linked down below. I'm gonna have that Amazon page where you can grab the Aurora collection link down below too. I realize this is sponsored, so I might sound kind of silly, but truly these headphones are like my favorite ones I have ever owned. They're cute, they're comfortable. I really, really like them. But on that note, I am gonna end this video right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow, okay? Bye, everybody. Honestly, building a spa is kind of a challenge in itself. The shell challenge is rough, okay? But it's also kind of hard to build a spa. I guess it's just like really not a thing that I'm familiar with in real life, so I kind of struggled. But like, I don't know what a spa looks like. I don't know what goes in there. I just know The Sims.